my screen. You can hear. PMI and flash services PMI. Then on Friday, a little bit of releasing its latest release this week from the United States, Britain, and Europe. Okay, so you want to be doing trading this space. You should see your setup before you execute any trade. Okay, see your setup, see your buy and sell pattern before you execute any trade. And don't over leverage. Very important. Okay. So let's go to the chart. If you have any question, any pair you want me to analyze, trading view. Please. Sister Milola, Navy boy, good morning. Uh, waiting for trading view to open. Okay, while we wait for trading view to open, let's use MetaTrader 5 trading view to open. I would love to analyze basket before opening. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Please bear with me. The network is very. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Is everything okay now? Can you hear me? All right, all right. So for US dollar, I said US dollar, I expect US dollar to be bullish this week. I expect it this week. So last week, as you can see, the market, this fair value gap, it created several weeks ago, got filled last week. You see that filled last week, and it created this. So this could be the next for US dollar. US dollar is likely going to come and sweep this liquidity. Okay, so let's go down. See how last week candle closed. You can see after filling this fair here, you can see we had this gap, and that gap got filled last week completely. Will be the first target. Then also the next target will be this fair value gap. You see this gap? Dollar is likely going to fill this gap this week. Okay, so that's my expectation on the dollar. This is bullish. It's a bullish setup. Okay, it's a bullish setup. Though we might see price retrace back to, let's see. Okay, so we might see price retrace back into this fair value gap. Okay, we might see price retrace back into this fair value gap before it continues with its buy. Okay, before it continues with its buy, we might see price pull back into this fair value gap before going bullish. That is my expectation for the dollar. Okay, dollar is bullish. So any sell on the dollar now will be a retracement, a pullback trade. I hope that is clear. Dollar is bullish. Dollar is bullish. Then for yen, I said you should wait for price to pull back to a discount area before you go bullish on yen. Okay, so this is yen 1 hour time frame. You can see this fair value gap on yen baskets. Okay, on the 4 hour time frame, this is the fair value gap. So you want to wait for price to tap into this fair value gap or fill this gap completely before you go bullish on the yen basket. You can see there was a sweep of liquidity at this point and shifting market structure at this point. And after the shifting market structure, we want to see price pull back to a discount area, and at the discount area, we are able to identify a fair value at the discount area. Okay, so patiently wait for that to play out before you buy yen. It means you'll be looking for sales on JPY pairs. You'll be looking for sales opportunity on JPY pairs. I hope that is clear. So which pair do you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. So let's start with GBP USD. So GBP USD, I'd love to see GBP USD pull back to a premium area. So we had an armor here on GBP USD. You can see a fair value gap got filled. We had this fair value gap. This fair value gap got filled and an armor candle formed. Okay, which indicates change in trend from bearish to bullish. So I'd love to see GBP USD pull back to the premium area, and at the premium area we have this fair value gap. I would love to see it pull back into this fair value gap before going bearish. Okay, I would love to see GBP USD pull back into this fair value gap, which is at a premium area before going bearish. That is my expectation for GBP USD this week. Okay, so I'm currently buying GBP USD. Currently buying GBP USD. Let's see if it would come fill this gap. But if it breaks this support that it has created, this is support for today's market. If it breaks the support, then we should expect more sales on GBP USD. For Euro USD, similar pattern. Okay, the pattern on Euro USD is similar to what we have on GBP USD. So I'd love to see Euro USD. You see this fair value gap. I'd love to see Euro USD fill this gap before going bearish. Okay, before going bearish on Euro USD, I'd love to see it pull back to a premium area before selling. I hope that is clear. Which pair do you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comment section. Which other pair do you want me to analyze? GBPJPY, like I said, yen is bullish, so we're looking for opportunity to buy, to sell GBPJPY. We'll be looking for opportunities to sell GBPJPY. So let's start with the weekly time frame. Okay, so you can see last week candle closed as a shooting star. You can see that. You can see last week candle closed as a shooting star. They swept all the liquidity that was residing at the relative equal highs here last week. You can see they swept all the stop losses residing at this previous high, and the shooting star candle formed, indicating change in trend from bullish to bearish. So if you go down to daily time frame, let's see the pattern we had on the daily time frame. So you can see we had several bearish reversal pattern on the daily time frame. You can see we had a spinning top, the next candle closed bearish. This would have been a good entry for bearish GBPJPY. Okay, this would have been a good entry. Now the market is trading far below that price. So all you need to do is wait for price to pull back to a premium area before you sell. Okay, so at the premium area we have this tiny fair value gap. So I'd love to see price pull back into this gap before going bearish on GBPJPY. I would love to see price pull back into this fair value gap before going bearish on GBPJPY. That's about 70 something pips from the current market price. Okay, if that price pulls back into this fair value gap or price breaks out from this support. Okay, if price breaks out from this support, then we should expect more sales on GBPJPY. I hope that is clear. Gold. Gold, this is a bullish setup on gold. It's a bullish setup, but I still feel gold is likely going to sell. Let's go to 1 hour. So we have this fair value gap on a 1 hour time frame. Gold is likely coming to fill that fair value gap. Okay, so gold might come fill this fair value gap before going bullish. So if I'm going to take any risk on gold right now, it will be a sell. Okay, it will be a sell. It could also, let's see for our, so you can see it's also created a sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. You can see this fair value gap it created here. Gold could also maybe fill this gap before going. Okay. So I'd love to see gold this year. Okay, fill this gap, then bearish. That's my expectation on gold. It's likely going to come, sweep all this liquidity, fill this gap here before going bearish. That is what I see playing out on gold. That is what I see playing out on gold. Okay. Price has come to test this. There was a breakout here. Price came back to test that resistance, which became a support. You can see price pulled back to test it, and there was a strong rejection from that support. Okay, so gold is likely going to buy before going bearish. I hope that is clear. Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Is there any other pair you want me to analyze? Do you have any question? Let me know in the comment section if you have any question or any pair you want me to analyze. Let me know in the comment section. If you want me to analyze, let me know. Okay, so if there are no more questions, I want to appreciate you all for your participation, Mr. Manola, Mr. Joseph, and Navy Boy. Thanks for your participation. I wish you all a profitable trading day. See you in class tomorrow. Bye for now. We've checked the calendar and there's news for CAD and New Zealand. There's news for CAD and New Zealand, so watch out for that if you're considering the CAD pairs and New Zealand pairs. We have major news for CAD and also New Zealand pairs. And tomorrow we have news for dollar. Contest will be released tomorrow. You should also put that into consideration if you're trading USD pairs.